y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Nina, and y'all know I do not profess perfection over here. Ain't no shame in my game. I've totally overeaten a time of 200 in my life. Clearly. Overeating is basically when we eat more food than the body can handle comfortably in one sitting, or having more calories than the body needs to function well on a daily basis. I've discovered in being over 100 pounds overweight at one time in my life that I had developed emotional eating habits that were sabotaging my weight loss efforts. I mean, I was eating just to be eating half the time. You know, the deep feelings of the-itis, or when you have to unbutton your pants just to breathe after your meals. Or best yet, when you find yourself sitting sideways after a meal. Click like if you can relate. This basically causes issues leading to major weight gain over time. So today we're going to talk about simple ways to break habits and behaviors that lead us to overeat. All items I mentioned today can be found down below in the description box, but I want to hear from y'all. Now, literally, I want to see your comments. What are some of the habits that you're breaking? Some of the overeating that you've taken a part in, and what have you realized about yourself, and what are you changing? That helps us all to grow. And also, I would love for you to join me in my free text community. But why, Dr. Nina? Why? Because you get to find out when I go live over on Amazon, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever I am. And also you get to share in some updates and things that I have coming up, and exclusive masterclasses and other things that are going on in my neck of the woods that I'd like to share with you. Also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, because I would love to see your face, and I'd love to see you liking and letting me know some of the comments and some of the things you have for me and some of the content you'd like to see in the future. And remember, if you're having severe issues with eating disorders and other issues, make sure you get in to see your doctor and or your therapist. Now let's get into this video. If you're enjoying the content, I would love to hear from you. So make sure you click like, comment, share, and subscribe, and that's how our community grows and flourishes. And many of you all are telling me you're not getting your notifications. YouTube is tripping, so do your good sis a favor. Go ahead and subscribe, click the like button, also turn on those notifications so that you know whenever I upload. So over the years, I've learned that we usually do not eat just because. We have to get into the real deal, Holyfield reason why we continue to eat. It's usually something emotional underlying that. It's been so helpful for me to take note of when these times occur. Usually depression and boredom are two major reasons. Being tired, stressed, hangry, yes, I said hangry, hungry and angry, unfocused, and certain foods, keeping them in the house, are triggers for me. And when I was first on my own and I left home at 17, I would eat just because I could. Just because I could walk down the street and go to Wendy's or McDonald's when I wanted to. I was doing it. And oftentimes that was the only time I felt myself being in a good emotional space. I was connecting good feelings to the food. I literally had a soul tie to food, and I had to figure out where it came from. And a lot of it came from unhealthy habits from childhood. You eat when you celebrate, or when food is around, or because someone said it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or snack time, or because someone told you you need to eat. To beat this, I have to ask myself, are you actually hungry? Or are you thirsty? Or are you just tired? Based on the amount of hunger, little, moderate to very hungry, is the amount that I choose to eat. There could be a small bite, a snack, or even a meal. I flat out stopped going out to eat with people who would scrutinize the amount of food or the lack of food that I would eat, or even those who would scrutinize what I would eat, even if it was unhealthy at the time or less healthy than they believed it should be, because I started to be very caught up in things that really didn't have anything to do with me. A lot of people have insecurity surrounding food, so when they see you eating less or even something that they don't think is healthy, they'll have a comment about it. And that also led me to therapy within my life, right? Because I decided that therapy was important to break the soul tie I had to food, because I literally had a soul tie. And I also had a soul tie to others' opinions of me. So those were two horrible things that were really working against me, that caused me to really feel the need to overeat behind the scenes when people weren't looking, or just because I could. And I had to really get to the bottom of that behavior in order to stop indulging in overeating and other excessive behaviors. So watch yourself and document those things, but take it easy on yourself. When I'm talking about the relationship to food, I also learned that I must eat well regularly. When I was first trying and failing at losing weight, I would cut meals so much, y'all, that I was about to pass out everywhere. I'm talking about having passing out spells in front of people where people would be like, man, do I need to take you to the ER? It's because I had a bad and negative relationship with food. And when I first learned more about food, I literally developed a scared or afraid feeling towards it. I stayed hangry. I said it. And a lot of people engage in this hoping to get a calorie deficit so they lose weight faster. But I had to learn new and healthier ways for me to eat, which led me to intermittent fasting, which y'all know I talk about all the time. I love the 16-8 protocol, which I allow myself a certain amount of hours to eat and 16 hours off of eating. But I balance those meals in between. I did this because I learned that skipping meals caused me to eat more throughout the day and during times that I shouldn't be eating big old meals. It was real cute not to eat lunch in front of everybody, right? But then when I would get home and gorge and eat everything in sight, I definitely feel extra guilty about it. I started to move my focus to eating more balanced meals with a focus around whole foods, things that really kept me satiated and full. So meal prepping or making good meals or having things on hand to make good meals for me is quite important. And y'all, I love options like HelloFresh, which makes it simple and easy to get the nutrients that I would like in my day. And I'm so happy that HelloFresh is sponsoring today's video. As the temperatures rise, especially in August around here, HelloFresh knows that people are looking for ways to avoid the oven. So this year they're launching summer only limited time recipes and specials. Their meal kits are like the top, right? They're amazing. The food overall is very good, it's sustainable, easy to make, and it saves me time. And they deliver the directions and instructions and fresh ingredients direct to my door. And they offer so many meals to choose from each week. And this helps me to switch it up and break out of their recipe rut. The meals are perfectly portioned and they're no fuss and easy to clean up too. And when I'm not feeling like doing the most, it doesn't take a whole lot out of me to do the meal prep. And this leads to less wasted food. They offer options like low calorie, carb smart, vegetarian, and even pescatarian each week. And I love how fresh the produce is, sourced directly from farmers. And I save so much time with the meals that range between 20 to 30 minutes. And that's with their quick and easy options. And I can change my delivery days, preferences, and skip a week when I need to. Go to HelloFresh.com and use my code DrNina14 and get 14 free meals, including free shipping. Again, go to HelloFresh.com and use my code DrNina14 and get 14 free meals, including free shipping. Y'all, I also learned strangely that I should not ban all of my bad or less healthy foods. I learned that being all or nothing does not work for a lifetime. Look, the best way to see me gorging on some stuff on my couch that I don't need to, like some potato chips and other stuff, is to tell me I can't have it for the rest of my life. I used to do crazy stuff like saying, I'm never going to eat pizza again. I'm never going to eat cake again. Insert whatever food here that I was never going to eat again. And that was a lie. And it only made me more likely to binge on those foods when I felt deprived. The remedy has been to focus on more whole, unprocessed foods most of the time while treating myself here and there. Look, this was even worse for me when I was around people that would grade my eating habits. I know y'all can relate to having people around that swear they're weight loss experts when it comes to you.
Like, girl, you gonna eat some cake? Oh my God.
Or,
ooh, you finna have a cookie?
Or this one.
I thought you was on a diet.
I thought you was minding your own business, but okay, why you asking? This led me to stop announcing my weight loss efforts so often because it led to scrutiny. And I also learned that the only things that I would restrict myself from were things that I could restrict for my whole life, which is basically nothing. The key is to plan in advance and know how much I can have. I also learned to read my nutrition labels and to know what I was consuming, how many serving sizes I could have. All of those things help to better educate you on your food, your intake, and what's happening on the inside of your body. It gives you a better relationship to the food as well, and it might keep you from overeating if you know what you're putting in your body beforehand. And I like to fill up first with a healthy meal with protein and high levels of fiber so that I don't overeat. I even try this as a trick when I go out to eat with my friends or when I go to other places so that I'm not led to overeat or gorge on things that are not the greatest for my day-to-day lifestyle. Y'all, I've also been blessed to learn about volumetrics, which works amazingly. This teaches you to fill up on healthy, low-calorie, high-fiber foods, and this helps to promote feeling full. And strangely enough, a lot of these foods are full of water as well. And as you know, when you have more water, you feel less hungry. Because a lot of us dehydrated. We think we hungry, but we need to drink some water. This also includes things like non-starchy vegetables, like broccoli, cabbage, spinach, Brussels sprouts, and even zucchini. Other examples include grapefruit, salad greens, beans, tomatoes, and low sodium broth. Also, y'all, in my earlier days of weight loss, I explained to you all that I would have food intermissions. I take a break halfway through my meal while I'm inhaling it, because I tend to sometimes eat fast, which can add to overeating, and I gauge how hungry I am after eating half my meal. A small pause gives our food a little bit of time to digest. Your brain also has the chance to know and catch up with your stomach and know that you've eaten. Because sometimes we eat so fast, our brain doesn't even know what happened. This also adds to a better feeling about myself overall. I feel more in control of my eating and less out of control when I'm in the face of food. Also, I get to enjoy the food and not just inhale it. Which, when I just inhale it or breathe it in, because y'all know what I'm talking about, in the end, I end up feeling so bad. I feel so guilty. I feel negative about myself, which leads to more negative behavior, more overeating, more feeling bad about yourself. It's like a horrible, never-ending cycle. And what adds really well to this is drinking a water or tea in between. And another thing I like is water drops. I don't know if y'all are familiar with those, but I buy mine from Kroger. Some of them have like vitamin B12s and things like that. It just depends on what you like and what you don't like. It does. Some of them have artificial sweeteners, some do not. So it just depends on what you like. And it just gives you a little bit of spunk to your water, makes it funner to drink. Also, a lot of times I opt for smoothies instead of solids in order to feel fuller and get more nutrients and protein. The other thing I found is sometimes switching my meals, making sure that I have more of my solid foods earlier in the day and ending my day with a smoothie has been awesome too. And you wake up with a flatter tummy, honey. Your tummy just feels so much better, right? Because it's not full of food that you're going to sleep on. Because if you're not sitting up after you eat to let the food digest, you're literally going to sleep on the food. And y'all, when I do eat with people, I like to eat with like-minded folks. Studies have found that people's food choices are highly influenced by the people they eat with. And if your people overeat, you're more likely to overeat as well. And if they order things that they know they have no business with, guess what? You guessed it, you probably will as well. So I try to eat with people that want to eat moderate meals and moderate portions. Also people that are less judgy in nature. Look, if I do have a little piece of cake, I don't want to hear about it all night, okay? I don't want you stressing about what I put in my mouth more than you stress about what you put in yours, okay? So people I eat around tend to have like-mindedness in terms of how they're eating, what they're eating, and how they mind their business. And y'all, just a few quick things to remember. Just because you work out, it does not give you a pass to overeat or eat what you want to. Still read all the labels and be careful with what you put into your mouth. What I've learned is that sometimes when we exercise a lot, we think it gives us this huge pass to just gorge and have all of these different foods, but we still have to be in control of it because abs are made in the kitchen. And that doesn't mean you want abs, but let's be honest. A lot of times what prevents our bodies from making changes is the food that we put into our mouth. So don't just overeat because you busting it up at the gym. And slow down and stop racing when you eat. You know, there's no Olympic gold medal for eating fast, okay? So we don't even want to do it. We just want to take our time, enjoy the food. And when you enjoy the food, you actually get to know what you like, because a lot of times the foods I was gorging on or overeating, I learned that I really didn't even like the taste. Some of it wasn't even that good, right? Because I wasn't even enjoying the food. I just was eating to eat. So when I got into a more pleasure-filled mode, I felt more in control and I felt like I knew more about my body and what I like to eat and how my food reacts to my body and how my body reacts to my food. All of those different things were important to me, and I needed to know those things in order to be progressive in my weight loss journey. And eat mindfully and not while scrolling on your phone or watching a movie. It just makes you eat more. And last but certainly not least, know why you're changing your eating habits. This makes it so much easier to stay accountable and to keep up with your goals. If I know why I want to make changes, then I'm more likely to stick with those changes. If I set small goals for myself, I'm more likely to stick even with the big ones over time. So give yourself a little bit of hope by looking into why you want to make these changes and why they'll be good for you, and envision yourself being there. So y'all, I hope today's video has been beneficial to you and you learned a thing or two about overeating. I know it's a little bit hard, especially in the beginning. I've been there, I've done that, I know. And I still have struggles to this day. I haven't overcome all the mountains, but I still know how to balance and get the work done. So I want the same for you. Make sure that you comment, share this video with someone who can use it, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Beautiful brown baby doll. Peace. Just so you know, I did it. I finished the mentorship membership for you guys, and it's now live. Check the links down below to learn more about it, but it is full of courses, expert information, webinars, masterclasses, and everything with yours truly. So I'm so excited about this. This is my project, my baby, and I would love to share it with you. So make sure you check it out and join today. Check the links in the description for my free new Dr. Nina's Mentorship Facebook group, which is a group of like-minded individuals looking to progress, grow, and support one another along the way. The Now That's Life podcast is about to go into season 2, so I suggest you go ahead and subscribe to the podcast on all your major podcasting platforms. All descriptions and links for that and my free supernatural video course are found below. Thanks so much for all the love and support over on my new website. If you haven't already, go ahead and check it out and join me for new ways to interact with me, giveaways and prizes, weekly emails, as well as my free 8-day supernatural video course, which is free when you sign up.